right. Looks like we are live. We are live. What is good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to the stream. Today we got a great show for you guys. Spawncast pre-show. One of the last Spawncast pre-shows. At least before, like, at the normal time of Spawncast pre-show, before the show changes up. I think we got one more show in October before it goes pre-recorded. Real quick PSA, which I will be saying throughout the night. I will be what's it called? I will be still continuing the Spawncast pre-show. So keep that in mind. Like, even though we're changing to a pre-recorded show, I still will be doing a live pre-show. So you guys can still expect, you know, a live pre-show every single week, unless I can't do it. We might even have some specials where we do like a pre-show and an after show. So yeah, look out for that, guys. Like, it's not the end of that. So keep that in mind. Because I know there's going to be some talk on the Spawncast tonight about the change in terms of what's going on. But yeah, like I think that it's still going to be a good show. Like, I still think it's going to be a good overall show where people are going to enjoy. So yeah. So maybe we'll bring on people for like after shows, because it'll be much earlier in the day. So maybe people will be able to do it compared to like Saturday night. You know, most people have plans like Saturday night for stuff. So, you know, like in terms of like other things that they might be doing, the benefit is that, like, you know, you guys as a viewer, you guys can be out somewhere, going somewhere, and still tune in through your cell phone. Whereas like most of the time, like in order for us to do the show, we got to be at our PC, at our laptop, you know, with no background information or noise and stuff. So it's a little bit different, right, from the viewer experience compared to the production experience. So I think that, once again, I might be able to do an after show with some different guests. Like, I'm looking at different ways, but I'm definitely going to be doing a pre-show beforehand. But we definitely might be I'm looking into like an after show and potentially getting some guests on for that, or just, you know, chilling, talking about different stuff, or like how you guys felt about the show. So yeah, absolutely. So let's see here. Justin with the $3.
I caught up on the replays. I thought the To Be Fair arc was hilarious.
Yeah. yeah. I mean, I'm seeing the To Be Fair arc. Like, it's not even just here. It's like everywhere, Justin. The To Be Fair arc is incredible. It's so good. It's such a good thing these days. Big love to Justin. Thank you for the $3. You're on the Hokage and streaming to first donor of the stream. Guys, give Justin some love. Also, Sean Hamilwright with the 40 months of tune-in tier. Oh my goodness, 40 months of tune-in tier. We are out here tonight with the tiers. Let's go. Thank you so much, Mr. Sean Hamilwright. Thank you, Justin, for the $3 as well. And Yum Yum says, I want to see a live show with lots of people. All right, yeah, a live show with lots of people. I'll do my best, guys. I'll see what I can do to kind of put together a show. I mean, most people don't like me, so it's hard to get like a lot of people to... No, it's not that they don't like me. It's like I don't ever really do collaborations. So like I don't do a lot of collaborations, and like, you know, I don't know. It's just like, it's just never been my style to spend more attention on my guests than you guys. Like, that's just kind of how I'm wired. I'm wired to have conversations like with the elite Ninja Village, you know. I always feel a little uncomfortable whenever I can't talk with you guys freely. So I'm just kind of more of an interactive chat guy, more than like a podcast guy. If you guys feel me on that one, you know. But I'll do my best. Like, I might have some special streams where we will have that. We still have my end of summer juice jam that we're putting together. We're gonna have some guests on for that one by one. So yeah, look out for that. That's gonna be good. And we're gonna do some game giveaways. We got some cool stuff that we're giving away as well. So yeah, let's go over some more shout outs though. Big love to Dior, Exalted Donut, Nin128. It's your boy. Shout outs to Ralphie, Immortal Rooster, Party Man, Francois, Bryce. It's Airy, caught up on the stream. Let's go. Hey, let's go. Unfinished Sentence. Are you picking up from the PS Classic Collection? No. Yeah, no, I'm not getting anything. Is this pre-recorded or live? This is live. This isn't pre-recorded. JC 2013. What's good? End of an era, but a new format will be better because more people coming on. Yeah. J2 says, let's freaking go. Pre-shows are still around. Yeah, pre-shows are still around. 100%. Jeremiah, what's up, man? Welcome. This is not a pre-recorded stream, guys. Not a pre-recorded stream. Let's see here. So that's why I said I'm still going to be going live I'm going to be going live. I made that very clear that I will still be going live. So no, it's not today with the pre-recorded. It's this is like one of the, we got this week and then we got next week, and then I think pre-recorded shows start. So it starts up in October. Hey, shout out to Ruined by the Internet. Welcome to the stream. Epic Eric, what's up, man? Welcome. I'm doing good. How are you? Rag, what's good? OJ, top 3 Spawncast, no cap, top 3. We like it. OJ doesn't like sharing the spotlight. Yeah, it's not about spotlight. It's about being able to put more time. I actually don't mind taking a back seat to doing stuff. I ran a PE podcast for like, what, 3-4 years we did that? So I actually don't mind. I don't mind at all. To be honest, I'm not the star of the show, though. You guys are the star of the show. Like, if you really think about it, think about how many shows are driven by you guys' comments. Look at what Justin just said. He said that he caught up, and he said to be fair arc is hilarious. The to be fair arc would have never happened without you guys in the chat and the feedback and the to be fairs to even started. Like, I would have never done that in the first place. So that was a whole arc that wasn't just me. It wasn't like I was just saying everything that was something that came from the chat, right? So to be honest, like the spotlight is on everybody here. And that's how I built my streams. I built my streams, for it to be like more fan interaction, more user interaction, and just like I said, more conversations, because that's what I like doing growing up, But now we can do it over the internet. Like before we had to do it in person. Now we can do it over the internet or over the phone. Now I can broadcast to hundreds, if not sometimes thousands of people, talking about games. So it's cool, Let's see here. FF13 Trilogy Remaster rumors. Really? I didn't see that. What's up, Glenmore? Welcome to the stream. If a solo vid makes you uncomfortable because you aren't able to chat, why not invite a guest to chat? We might be super hyped depending on who you invite. Solo vids don't make me uncomfortable. I never stated that they did, Smash Bros. Link. I think you misunderstood what I was saying. I'm just saying sometimes, like, I don't like seeing the chat just keep on going, and I got to pay attention to if I have, like, a bunch of users on. So, yeah, that's what I said. To be fair, shout outs. Catherine says, thank you for not abandoning, me, unlike old Spawn Wave. Yeah, I know, seriously. He gave you the boot, Casual Noob. He gave you the boot. I do miss Jordan on the Spawncast. Maybe he can come back in pre-recorded form. I think he might be able to come back in pre-recorded form. Yeah, absolutely. Yo, Yum Yum with the 100 core crystal says, I want to see more people on your live shows here, OJ. Yeah, like I said, I'll look into maybe doing that, and we still got the Juice Jam. So, like, with the Juice Jam, end of summer Juice Jam, which is coming up, I'm still putting that together. That's still going to be, like, a pretty big show, so we're going to have guests on for that as well. So, I'm going to try to do at least, like, once a month, have, like, special shows, like, with guests. Like, I ain't going to do, like, an everyday thing or, like, an every week thing, but definitely, like, at least once a month, try to do, like, special shows with guests. Let's see here. Shout outs, though. Appreciate you guys' feedback. Feedback's always important and very well, well taken. Like, I appreciate it, OJ's right. We are the stars of the show. That's why we should get a percentage of OJ's donations. Yeah, exactly. How am I going to do that? Imagine trying to divvy it out to like 1,000 people. All right, y'all get like $1.75 each on average. Let's go. Let's see here. Reptile says, I heard a possible rumor of a USB-C port for camera motion sensor. Latter got me scared of some Xbox Connect PTSD. Yeah, I think we'll be okay, Reptile. Let's see here. I'm gonna be this. Okay, you're going to be the special guest. All right, let's go. I just got home from work. Hey, what's up, Hood Rich? Welcome to the stream. What's up, party man? Podcast with you and Stealth was super fun to watch. It was. It just wasn't really gaining as much traction. And once again, we had stuff to talk about, but it wasn't something that I wanted to do every single week. I think I let Stealth know about that. So once the Switch 2 comes out, we're definitely going to have a brand new podcast, like with attached to Patreon, where we have all the other stuff, like we have all the bells and whistles, and like, because that's going to be exciting. Like, starting a podcast at the end of the Switch era is not that exciting, but starting a podcast at the beginning of a new era, that's going to be exciting. We can name the podcast after what the system is. If it's Switch 2, we can call the most boring Nintendo Switch 2 podcast, or Nintendo Switch. Like, we can think of some clever thing with it, right? With 2 and podcast and all that. So yeah, absolutely. So I think it's going to be a lot better once the Switch 2 comes out. I'll say for those OP podcast days were really fun to watch. Yeah, they were fun to watch. They definitely were. A bit of a nightmare to put together at times, but fun to watch. Yum Yum with another 42 core crystals says, I want to see the Switch 2 as a NVMe storage upgrade rather than micro SD card. SD cards are too small for me when you brought a lot of digital games. They have micro SD cards up to 1 terabyte, yum. So, I mean, like, first of all, we need you to stop buying so many damn digital games to the fact that, like, you know, that a 1 terabyte's not good enough for you. Get some physical in there. But no, you should be okay with 1 terabyte. Like, they got 1 terabyte drive, so you should be fine with that. Let's see. He says, nah, Nintendo might shut that down. No, they wouldn't. You know how many different content creators are named Nintendo something and they haven't shut that down at all? So, yeah, no. Nintendo Life didn't shut that down. Nintendo Prime didn't shut that down. Switch Force didn't shut that down. I mean, there's like a million Nintendo whatevers, and they've shut down 0 of them. Yeah, it's okay, guys. I don't need suggestions for the show in terms of the name. We'll think of something once we actually get in and all that. Shout outs to Sicilian. What's up, Sicilian? Welcome to the stream. What's up, Roger? Welcome. But thank you. I appreciate that, though, Dibbins. I appreciate it. So yeah, you should do a pod with Blandrew again. If he ever wants to have me back on, I can do one with him. Let's see. If you keep buying digital, physical will end up. And I hope Nintendo keeps the traditional ways. They will, from what they've said so far. They're looking to do both. Nintendo still has a pretty large portion of people who buy physical, so it's not like, you know, it's not as slided as Microsoft and Sony in terms of those things, for sure. So yeah, absolutely. Good stuff, though. Good stuff. Make sure you guys hit that like button. If you have not hit that like button yet, hit that like button. Let them know that we are streaming live. What's good? I know a game, a remaster Square Enix can bring back. That stupid fighting game with Cloud, right? I don't even know how to say the name of it. Ergies or whatever the hell it's called. That game sucks. Yeah, they shouldn't bring back that one. What they should bring back is remaster or bring back Dissidia. Dissidia would be the game to bring back. Yum with another 30 core crystals says, since not all content is in the cartridge, you still need a bigger internal drive like NBA 2K, 2K25. Since not all content on the cartridge, you still need a bigger internal drive. Well, the internal drive for the Switch 2 is rumored to be 256. And then once again, like, you can have like a terabyte plus extra of storage. So that should be all right. Plus, we don't know the capacity of the new Switch cards, like what the game cards are going to be. They might be way higher capacity. So we have to wait and see for that as well. Yum. Thank you for the 30 core crystals, though. Shout out to Sicilian with the $2. Is this pre-recorded Spawncast pre-show? Yeah, pre-recorded Spawncast pre-show. Pre-recorded Spawncast pre-show. Let's do it. It is. Somehow I'm reading stuff live, though. Somehow, some way, we are reading everything live while you guys type. When sites report digital sales percentage, it's usually inflated because they count DLCs, free games, PC. You're right, it is. It is inflated because they do count all that crap, which is stupid. But I mean, I get why it is. All right, what's up, Cernato? Plucky Square vibes. I haven't got the Plucky Squire, not Square. Haven't got it yet. I'll pick it up at some point. It's just not like a priority for me right now. Places, if you ask me questions, videos help me when I'm stressing out. Hey, I'm glad that I can help you out, Ike. Oh yeah, the radio stories. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd be down for it. Planning to wait for Metroid Prime 4 on Switch 2. There's no guarantee that it'll be on there. We have to wait until we actually just get more information. Let's get an actual release date for the game first, and like more footage and stuff before we start talking about Switch 2 if it's going to be released on there. Like we need to wait and see. Let's see here. Nintendo Prime on the Bird app doesn't appreciate my honesty. It's okay, casual noob. You can still have a little bit of fun. Hey, what's up, Kraken Jacks? Just found out earlier this week I'm gonna be a papa. Hey, congratulations, man. Is that your first one? Hey, there you go, Kraken Jacks. Let's go, man. Congrats to you, Mrs. Kraken Jacks and Mr. Kraken Jacks. Gonna be a proud papa in 9 months, right? 8-9 months. Let's go. Let's go. Today is Batman Day. I don't know if today's Batman Day, but if it is Batman Day, shout outs to Batman. Shout outs to Bruce Wayne. Oh, that's on point. I wonder if cartridge sizes are going up to 64. I mean, we don't really know. Like, once again, we need to get more information. Once we get more information, then we can determine if this is not good enough or that's not good enough. But right now, everyone's basing everything on Switch 1, not Switch 2. So let's wait and see where the cartridge sizes are. Let's wait and see what's, the memory that you got. Let's wait and see all that. And then we can start talking about, oh, it needs to be this or it needs to be that, or I hope I get this, I hope I get that. Everyone's just basing everything on Switch 1, so yeah. Hey, what's up, Mr. Super? Downgrade the live stream. Well, it's not really a downgrade of a live stream. It's just like a pre-recorded video, but it's not this week. It's in the next 2 weeks. Not this week, not next week. I think it's the week after. So today's indeed. I didn't know we celebrate. We have like superhero days. I didn't know we celebrate superhero days because they're not real. I didn't know that. Okay. Shout outs then. It's all good. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Let's see here. It's Batman Day, 85th anniversary. Okay, 85th anniversary. That's crazy. Then already read that. My bad. Hey, what's up, Huddy? Only game on my radar is Metaphor at the moment. Yeah, for me, Metaphor, Refantazio. Dragon Age is looking like okay. What's up with Dragon Age? We'll see if that ends up being good. Mario Party, Jamboree. I'm gonna play that. That looks fun. But yeah, right now, like in terms of like what I'm really like locked in on right now, Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom coming out next week, and Metaphor Refantazio coming out the week after that. So like no, about 3 weeks from now, Metaphor. Actually, about 2 weeks from now. Not this upcoming week, not the following week, but yeah, this like once we get to next week, it'll be 2 weeks. So yeah, coming out a little bit over 2 weeks from now. So you need a Vegeta day, yeah. The Prince of All Saiyans. Oh man, hey, shout outs, I appreciate that, brother. Video game vids are always fun. Hey, what's up, Alonzo Vines? Focus on me was good. Any day has a celebration, but the recognized ones are the staples. Yeah, I didn't even know Batman Day was like a thing. Like, I didn't know that was like an actual real thing. Hey, what's up, Aiden? I was just going to say Kakarot. Hey, is there a Kakarot Day? Dragon Ball Z Day. Hey, what's up, Alonzo? Kind of interested in Bloomtown. I have no idea what that is. What is that, Tinkaton? Bloomtown. Yakuza should have released a pirate game trailer on Talk Like a Pirate Day. All right, sounds good. They should have. The new games on my radar: Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom, Mario and Luigi Brothership, and Assassin's Creed Shadows. Yeah, definitely Mario and Luigi Brothership is on my radar. That's still November though. Like the reason why I didn't bring that up right now is because like right now we got a big task from now at this point to November. There's 2 massive games. Echoes of Wisdom looks like it's going to be a behemoth, and in terms of like content and stuff. And obviously Metaphor is going to be a behemoth because it's got like as much content as like Persona 5 apparently. So I'm very excited for those 2 games. In particular, Metaphor Refantazio. Sicilian with the $2 says, rumor is Switch 2 is going to use floppy disks. I bet you anything if you started that rumor and put like Waddle Dee knows or like Tommy Bear knows, I bet you anything Prime will make a video on it saying Switch 2 floppy disk. No, I'm just messing around. Prime, shout outs to Prime. Big love to Sicilian Gamer. You are now the new Hokage with the $4 total. Anybody does 4 or more, you can beat up my man Sicilian Gamer at the top. Justin's still the top stream with the $3 in terms of highest donor of the stream. Appreciate that, guys. Let's get it. Appreciate that. Oh yeah, real quick though, guys. Tonight, I'm not gonna be on the Spawncast tonight. My bad. I should have told you guys that. I'm not gonna be on the Spawncast tonight because I've got to entertain people around 6:45, 6:30, and it cuts it really close, you know. So I could have maybe stayed for like 30 minutes or so, but you know, it was cutting it really close because I am having people over. I had a special event today for my family, so earlier today, that's why I didn't have any videos or nothing. I couldn't work because I was off doing other stuff. I was at church and doing other things. So yeah. So I won't be on the Spawncast tonight, but I should be back next week for the last live show. Should be back next week. So yeah. Wow. Hey, what's up, Jay Brown? Welcome. Shout outs. Let's see here. Dang, man's ducking the Metaphor bet. How am I ducking the Metaphor bet? The Metaphor Zeo videos don't even, reviews don't even come out till, that would be like in 2 weeks. So we still have a show next week. So I'm not ducking any bet, and I can talk to RGT anytime. I'm not ducking at all. What? Metaphor reviews are coming out the week of the 10th. They'll probably be out like Wednesday on the 9th, like 2 days before. So yeah, we got next week, and then yeah, we still got a pre-recorded show before that, so I'll be on that. So I mean, if Metaphor was coming out like this week, then yeah, maybe you can see it. But no, Metaphor reviews are not coming out till a couple weeks from now. Let's see here. Metaphor bet is a fish in the barrel for OJ. Yeah, this is. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's gonna get 88 or above, but we'll see. Like every preview has been glowing, but you never know. I mean, it could land on that 87. Like I can understand why RGT took the bet. Like I get it. Like most games don't even get 88 or above. There's barely been any. There's not a ton of games. So it's a better bet to say that it's not than it will, you know. It is. I probably should have went a little bit lower, but no, it's fine. I think 88's good. I have no idea what the Mario and Luigi Brothership Metascore is going to be, so I'm going to go safe on that one. I like to actually wait for a bit more previews and stuff like that before I say I'm going to give it like an actual where I think it can be. So I'll wait, but I mean, right now I'm looking, I mean, it's just too early to tell, but I mean, maybe like mid 80s. I mean, maybe something like that, you know, that's what I'm thinking, a bit above like Super Mario RPG Remake. So maybe like, since it's a new game, so maybe like an 84, 85, somewhere in there. But once again, like, it can change. Like, if the previews come out and it's like, oh my gosh, this is incredible, then yeah. Like, every single one of Metaphor Refan Zeal's previews have come out, it's like been like, oh, this is incredible, you know. This is like could potentially be Game of the Year candidate, you know, or some people's Game of the Year, you know. So it's a little bit different with that one. A little bit different with that one. All right, shout outs though, guys. Thank you so much to Mr. Sicilian. Thank you for the 4. Going 85 at best for Mario and Luigi. Yeah, I mean, 85 seems like a good score. I mean, it could be higher, could be lower. Who knows? Could be higher, could be lower. So yeah. I don't think Zelda's going to be a 90. Astrobot Game of the Year. I never said Zelda's going to be a 90. Yeah, I never said it. I mean, it could get close. I think Link's Awakening was, what was that, 87? Something like that, 80. So I mean, it could be maybe a point or above. I mean, it has the opportunity. Like if they fix the frame rate stuff that was in Link's Awakening and the game actually is awesome, like with the dungeons and all that, like maybe a 90, maybe a 91. I mean, it just could be, but I'm not sure if they did do all that. So, and once again, you also have like this, it's not a sequel, but like the same art stylitis, you know, it's like a follow-up really. So you always maybe got to temper your expectations on scores. In terms of Game of the Year, Astrobot, I think Astrobot has a good chance of winning Game of the Year based off of what the reviewers are saying. I personally wouldn't give it my Game of the Year, but I get why the reviewers will probably give it their Game of the Year right now. And it's also the highest rated Game of the Year in terms of like brand new big games, so that also says something. Let's see, if you were to guess how many launch games you would say for Switch 2 might have, I mean, I have no idea, man. It's always hard to tell how many games it would have, but I mean, I would guess double digits, at least, you know, 10 to 15 games, somewhere in that range. Hey, what's up, Brenna? Welcome to the stream. Is it still advisable to buy a Nintendo Switch OLED right now this day? Only if you don't plan on buying the Switch 2. I like Link's Awakening, though. Random frame rate drop was weird in some spots. Exactly. So if they fix that, Ghost Fixer, and if they actually bring a better game than what we saw with Link's Awakening, I think that it has an opportunity to be very close to a 90 or a 90, you know? So yeah. Hey, OJ, is that okay? Yeah, I already answered. I answered that question. Job. There you go. Sparking Zero, easy for my Game of the Year. Listen, I don't argue with Dragon Ball Z fans. You guys are like, you know, remember those old cartoons like where you used to open up the brain and then like you'd see like a cuckoo bird that would pop out? Like you guys are like half cuckoo, so you know, or like you guys are like that. I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Crisp, like that crazy bird. Like y'all are like halfway. So I don't argue. I just say yeah, that is Game of the Year. I just agree with y'all. Cause you guys definitely like y'all the Dragon Balls. I'm a Dragon Ball Z fan, but like you Fidel type Dragon Ball Z fans, you know, I don't know, man. Y'all y'all give Raging Blast your Game of the Year. Y'all give the most ass Dragon Ball Z games Game of the Year. So I don't know, bro. But it's all good, man. I hope you enjoy. I'm gonna play it too. So big love to Rodin Reef. Exactly. See, you think 180 something person roster is what makes a game good. See, that's why I don't argue with. See, that's why I don't argue with Dragon Ball Z people, because that's what I argue. You think because you got 5,000 characters, all of a sudden the game is good now? Well, it's got to be because it got 5,000 characters. unbalanced as hell, you know, could have glitches, bugs, could have all sorts of issues, right? But it's got every version of Goku that you'd ever love. So there ain't no point in arguing with hardcore Dragon Ball Z fans because they think everything is a power level. They'll use their fake scouters on you and be like, "What? But you only have 6 characters. It's over 9,000 characters." You know, like I'm just messing with you, though, Rotor Reef. But no, if you feel that's your game of the year, brother, hey, it's your game of the year. Let's get it. Let's get it. But you see why you shouldn't argue with Dragon Ball Z fans though, because they think the quality of a game is based off of how many characters there are in it. Like, you know, that's what they think the quality of the game is. They think that, oh, since it's got 5,000 characters, that must be incredible because y'all sit there and mash Dragon Ball Z, mash out combos with Goku for 10 years and say it's the most lit gameplay you've ever played in your life. So it's like there's a couple of people I don't argue with. I don't argue with Call of Duty fans. I don't argue with Dragon Ball Z fans because y'all are y'all. So like I said, man, have at it, bro. I really hope it's really awesome and it's the greatest Dragon Ball Z game for real. Keep it a buck. Who was Pyoro? Pyoro was a leaker. Pyoro is a leaker that got caught, or at least his kind of got outed because he said his source to a journalist, but then the journalist published how he got it, and that could have exposed his source. So he left for a while, but then he came back, and then he left again. So, yeah. To be fair, the gameplay does seem better than it was before the mechanics. I know. To be fair, I know. I agree with you. So yeah, I want to experience a fraction of the happiness that Fidel experiences on Mario, Sonic, and DBZ reveal. You got to get passionate about some stuff, man. Hey, I love you too, Rotor Reef. I know we just messing around, bro. I'm getting Sparking Zero myself. Let's see. Supposedly Sparking Zero is a hard game to play, coming from people who did previews. Listen, man, I don't care about no previews for the game. I'm just gonna play it myself. I'm gonna see what they do myself. So, and what's up, Guardian Heaven? Welcome to the stream, brother. Hey, OJ, do you think DSP cleans his cat's litter box? Does he clean his cat's litter box? It's probably his wife. Have you seen One Piece or Bleach? I've seen Bleach. I've seen a little bit of One Piece, but not enough. OJ, Steam Deck review? I thought I was going to do one, but I'm just not motivated to do anything on Steam Deck. I don't like the system. What time does Spawn Wave start? Starts at the top of the hour, or at 6 o'clock p.m. PT. J2 Blue with the $10 Zhao. Hey, let's go.
My prediction for each big game's metascore.
Okay.
Sparking 0, 78.
Ooh.
Echoes of Wisdom, 89.
Okay.
Silent Hill 2 to 82. Metaphor, 90.
Oh.
Dragon Age, 87.
Okay.
Indiana Jones, 86.
Okay.
AC Shadows, 81.
81.
Sonic X Shadow Generations, 80.
Okay, those are actually pretty good, not bad picks at all. Big love, appreciate you. Thank you so much for the JoJo boys. We out here. Shout outs to Dragon Ball Z, Even Further Beyond. First JoJo of the stream, and my man J2 Blue. You are now the Hokage and Stream Ninja. Anybody does 10 or more, you can tie up or pass up the man, the myth, the legend, the beast. J2 Blue, the hidden beast of the Ninja Village. Hey, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that, J2. Big love, J2. You've been here for like how many years? Like 4 or 5 years now, J2? Since it feels like I've seen you here in the streams for forever. So I want to give J2 some extra love as well. Big love to J2. Y'all give him some shout outs. He's been here for a while. Been here for a while, dude. OJ, what's your take on Claire Obscure? Looks good. Check out my videos on the channel. I've talked about it a couple of times. Enjoy Dragon Ball Z, Sonic movies, seizures playing the kid stopped afterwards. Yeah, don't want to get seizures playing games. So, yo, what's up, Rena? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today, young lady? The last live show tonight. Next week is the last live show for the Spawncast, but for me personally, I'll still be doing Spawncast pre-shows, or like Spawncast live shows. Uncario with the 39 months. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. We out here. Let's get it. What's up, Solid Jakin? Shout outs. Says terrible guess. I thought that was pretty good. Saw a Steam Deck in person for the first time like a week ago. Was it bigger than your body? I can imagine myself playing Xenoblade 4 on X on Switch 2 next year during a rainy day. Some snacks on the side, a warm beverage. Oh, that sounds like a good idea. Ness Guzman. Big love. Did you see they called out one of Goku's variant team because there was already 2 child Goku characters? Nah, I ain't looking at all the different Dragon Ball Z stuff, you know, like people talk about. I'm just gonna play the game. I'm gonna play the game. Apparently, I watched a gameplay video of it, and apparently, like, when Goku fought against Raditz, like, well, Piccolo and Goku fought against Raditz, you can, like, change the outcome. Like, Goku or Piccolo's shot a special beam cannon. And, like, usually Piccolo gets blast Goku with Raditz, but they shot it and it hit Raditz and Goku dodged. So I'm like, okay, so they're changing up what's happening. I'm like, all right, I'll check it out now, because at first I got tired of playing the same story mode, playing the same thing. They would make you play over the same scenario every time. Yeah, the what if scenarios. So I'm gonna definitely play the what if scenarios, because I don't wanna just play the same thing that I've been playing for forever, like over and over. That's why I stopped playing. I got tired of just playing. All right, I gotta go fight Goku or fight Piccolo, and then go from there. Then Snake Way, then train on King Kai, then against Vegeta, then the same. Like, I already know what's gonna happen before I finish the game. And they would make you do that every time. Like, they would go through that story mode. I mean, there were some what if stuffs and other things that would happen. They try to mix it up, but yeah, I'm kind of just, I want something a little different. Wait forward real easy. I play Super Smash Bros. Ultimate all day, every day. All right, let's go. No, it's not the last Spawncast ever. No, nobody ever said that. It's just, we got 2 more live shows tonight and then next week, and then they're gonna do a pre-recorded show from then on out. So I'll still do my live shows here though. Agree saying League Steam Deck is the best handheld out of the bunch. The value, simplicity compared to other handhelds. OLED is top notch. It's just too big in terms of, for me. I'm not a fan. I think it's just a bit too big. I think it's too bulky, even though people say that it's comfortable. I think it's too big. It's too bulky. I don't like trackpads on there, you know, even though you need it for like the PC stuff. But I would say out of all the PC handhelds, for sure, definitely, probably the best PC handheld, for sure. For sure. Let's see here. Keegan says they've had what if scenarios for older ones like cell absorbing Krillin. Yeah, they've had what if scenarios before, but like, you know, this is first time that I'm actually gonna be playing like a Dragon Ball Z game like at launch, like a you know, an arena Dragon Ball Z game. I stopped buying them. The last arena Dragon Ball Z game I got or I played was like Raging Blast, I think, back in the day. Like, I was done after that game. Made me just hate Dragon Ball Z video games. So yeah. OJ, ever used the Kamehameha in a real fight? No. I wish I am though. Ergonomics Steam Deck versus uncomfortable 8-inch, slightly bigger Switch for me. For me, both. I mean, you can always, like I said, like just get third-party Joy-Cons like most people do.
I'm quite surprised how many people
Yo,
have
shout
low
outs.
review expectations for Zelda.
Okay.
Echoes of Wisdom.
Do they?
Zelda, A Link Between Worlds has a 91 on Metacritic.
That's true.
Unless feminists review this game looks to surpass that one.
Yeah, I think we'll be okay on that front. But I don't know if it's gonna surpass A Link Between Worlds, right? Like, I don't know if it's gonna go that far, but we will see for sure. Shout outs to the African Triforce, man. Thank you, I appreciate that, man. Thank you for the $3. Another 25 on the board, close to that 30-minute extension. I guess I forgot to do this. We got the overclock. Well, actually, no, we can't overclock tonight. So we doing combo breakers. Let's go. So yeah. The 8-inch screen too big. I mean, I have a Steam Deck and I think that's like an 8-inch screen. And no, it doesn't. It's not that bad. It's all right. So yeah, like my issue with the Steam Deck isn't how big the screen is, or you know, the issue that I have with it is just like bulky. It's just too large of a device. Like, you know, it's just way too large of a device. So, and the fact that like everything's not necessarily compatible with it. Like, you got a lot of games that aren't optimized for it. Just like little things here and there. Like, nothing super major. It's just not for me. You know, it's just not for me. Simeon Coin with the 100 core crystals. And he says, cheer, evening, OJ. Hey, what's up, Simeon Coin? Here's some blessings from me to you. My music request is Octopath, heck, location 2 accursed. All right, I got you, Simeon Coin. Thank you for the 100 core crystals, man. I appreciate that. Big love, dude. Big love. You guys, thank you guys for the support every stream, man. We out here tonight. Let's go. Let's get this music in. Oh, I forgot to mention, though, if you guys do drop a dono, make sure you put your music request in the message. Or if you can't fit it in like your super chat or your Streamlabs tip, you can what's it called? You can put it in the chat afterwards, and I'll play the track for you. So big love, guys. Thank you for your support, man. I appreciate it. Big love. Let's see here. Switch 2 will also be bulky. I doubt it'll be as bulky as a Steam Deck. Nah, I don't think it'll be as bulky as that. Probably not. Steam Deck is the one I'm saving up for. Lenovo goes even bigger. Yeah, they're crazy. I'm gonna Switch 2 screen being a half inch bigger than the Steam Deck because it's twice as slim. One thing I love about my Steam Deck is bringing lands with my $30 dock 8-bit controller. Yeah, there's a lot of customization with this, so it's cool. Steam Deck is a weapon you can knock somebody out with, hitting in the head. You can definitely knock somebody out cold with the Steam Deck. That's for sure. That's for sure. Yo, what's up, Mark Burns? Says, hey, players, always enjoy your content. Keep it up. Hey, man, we out here. We here. Says, Switch 2 won't run GTA. I mean, well, PC won't run GTA right now neither. It's only coming to Xbox Series and PS5 for right now. So yeah. Now, Switch 2 isn't going to be as buff as the Steam Deck. No, it's definitely not going to be as buff as the Steam Deck. The only systems that can run GTA right now are Xbox Series X and S, and PS5. Let's see here. I hope Switch 2 can do my taxes. Can't afford the PS5 Professional. Oh man, got to get those taxes done right, man. Sorry, OJ, I want to ask this question again. You think the 8-inch will sway people away from handheld mode? No, I don't think so. I think people will just do the same thing that they always do. If they want to play something handheld, they'll play it handheld. The specs you see are before DLSS. We haven't gotten any specs. We've just gotten people that have said, we think it's around this. We think it's around that. We think it has this. We think it has that. So we don't really actually have any real spec breakdown. It's just like, oh, it's maybe going to have around this much RAM. Oh, it's going to be maybe around this much power. Like, there is no actual... Like, oh, we think it's going to be using the base of a T239. There is no actual real specs, like, of the system. Like, that's, like, confirmed. It's just people speculating along with some information that we've already gotten. So, they ain't even really, like, any actual specs. It's a custom chip. Like, it's, you can't compare it to anything that's already on the store shelves. Like, you can't compare it, like, direct, you know, apples to apples comparison to, like, a PS4, PS4 Pro, or Xbox Series S. People are just estimating based off of what they think. Not that... like, we have some type of, like, specs breakdown and, like, it says this and that. So we gotta wait till it actually comes out. Once the system is actually, like, Nintendo reveals it, and then, like, Digital Foundry gets their hands on it, and then we start actually putting together tests for against other games, and then we start seeing what Nintendo does. Like, that's when we're gonna actually see, okay, maybe it can do this or it can do that. But right now, it ain't really. It's hard to say what it's gonna be able to do or not right now. So yeah, let's see here. I'll get PS5 Pro when the PS6 comes out. Maybe it'll be cheaper by then. Maybe not. I bet Nintendo Switch 2 console button colors like European SNES and Super Famicom: red, yellow, blue, green. Red, yellow, blue. Switch 2 doesn't need to run GTA 6. Switch is its own genius. I'm Steam Deck fanboy, but the Switch is its own monster too. Switch doesn't have to be anything other than what it is. Yeah, it's always interesting seeing people talk beforehand in terms of what it needs to do or what it does this or that. I mean, like, obviously Switch doesn't even have, like, any of the newer GTA games, and it blew away the other systems. So yeah, GTA 6 is going to be huge, but I don't think really it needs it to be successful or to be good or whatever the case is. It's not like people are going to be able to play GTA 6 for the unless you're playing like in 480p or something like that. Like, I don't think it's going to be able to run, like, really on a Steam Deck. I mean, it might, but probably not. Like, not to the level that you'd want it to run, at least. So, I mean, we'll see, though. But once again, I don't really think that people think that GTA is, like, the be-all, end-all of games. It's not. Don't worry. I mean, it sells a lot, don't get me wrong, but there is no real, like, big mainline GTA game on Switch, and it still sold really well, so. So, yeah. NES, SNES theme Switch 2 on launch. Yeah, I don't think they're going to do anything like that. I think they're just going to have some, like, default color schemes, but we'll see for sure. Brother, I'm not buying until 2028 if there's no back compat. Well, I mean, it's already been stated that there will be from multiple reputable sources, so I think we'll be okay on that one. I know I'm extremely small minority, but I have zero interest in GTA 6. Yeah, definitely in the small minority. And listen, I have interest in it just because I want to check it out. But like, am I like a big GTA fan? No, like I don't revere and worship GTA like some of you guys. I'm good, you know. But I get why people like it a lot though. Like I played GTA 4, I beat that game, and I'm like, I'm never really gonna be hyped about a GTA game ever again after GTA 4, because people were calling GTA 4 when it came out like the greatest game of all time. People were, I mean, it's got like a 98, 99, or it's got like a 98. It's got like a 98 average on Metacritic. People say it's one of the greatest games of all time. I played that game and I'm like, this is not one of the greatest games of all time. Like, people out here capping for GTA. But, you know, whatever. Like, people like it, so it is what it is. So, yeah. Doug Bowser put up a Mario Kart picture and said something about next year on the Bird app. Nah, he didn't hint anything about Mario Kart next year. The only game with the 98, right? No, it's not the only game with the 98. Actually, Zelda Ocarina of Time has a 99. That's the highest rated game of all time, is Ocarina of Time. But no, there are other games like with 98, if I'm not correct. I think, what else? There's some other games. Not many, though. Definitely not many games. Yeah, there's not a lot. I think GTA might be one of the few. I will double check real quick. Let me make sure I can actually... Yeah, Soul Calibur, that's the other game. Yeah, there's only 2 games with the 98 or above. That's Soul Calibur on the Dreamcast. That has a 98. Technically, it's a little bit above whatever percentages they used. It's above GTA 4. But yeah, GTA 4 is a 98. Soul Calibur's a 98. Ocarina of Time's number 1 with the 99. And then after that, it's 97s for Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, 97 for Breath of the Wild, 97 for Tony Hawk, 97 for Perfect Dark on the N64, 97 for Red Dead Redemption 2, 97 for Metroid Prime, Grand Theft Auto 3 is a 97, Odyssey's a 97, Halo 1 on the Xbox original OG is a 97, NFL 2K1 is a 97, and those are all the 97s. 96, Half-Life 2, BioShock, the original on the 360, GoldenEye 007 is a 90. Sorry, these are 96s. Uncharted 2 is a 96. Resident Evil 4 is a 96. Baldur's Gate 3 is a 96. Tears of the Kingdom is a 96. The Orange Box 96. Tekken 3, Mass Effect 2, Elden Ring, Skyrim, Wind Waker, Metal Gear Solid, The Twin Snakes, Gran Turismo, the original. Baldur's Gate 2, Portal. Oh no, those are 95s now. Those are 95s. So there you go. Those are some of the best, top rated. God King Tony Clifton with the $5. Thank you so much, God King Tony Clifton. Let's go, combo breakers. Let's go in the house. Let me read off your comment though. He says, "Hey OJ, thanks for the stream. Should we take Switch 1 versus 2 size comparisons with a grain of salt? The 3D printed mock-up looks ridiculously huge." I would say we take it with a little bit of a grain of salt. I mean, it's a prototype, so it's not necessarily the final build. It could be a bit smaller, it could be a bit bigger, could be a bit the same. I mean, it could be the same, could be a little bit bigger, could be a bit smaller. But that lady was also pretty, you know, her hands are tiny. That was definitely a tiny lady that was holding that. I mean, if it was me or Shaquille O'Neal that was holding it, it looked obviously smaller. But the lady that was holding it has really tiny hands. So yeah. Let's see here. But it's all good. Yeah, the Chicago hat this time. What's up, WR? Welcome. NFL 2K5 is awesome. WWE champion score. Ask Darkside Phil. This moronic self doing polls on stream because he's a fraud. Nintendo with the most top rated games. Nintendo definitely has a lot of top rated games. In the top, I mean, like they've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's just say out of the top 10 games, Nintendo has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So out of all time top rated games of all time, Nintendo has 6 titles in the top 10. I mean, Grand Theft Auto's on here twice. There's one. Actually, no. That's Grand Theft. Hold on. That's Grand Theft Auto 5. My bad, for the PS4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, my bad. Sorry. Let me redo that. So out of the top 10, they have 5. But technically speaking, I mean, it's a 9. Like Grand Theft Auto is a 97. Metroid Prime is a 97. Odyssey's a 97. So I mean, really, if you looked at it, let's just say, I guess let's just use 20. Let's just go ahead and use 20. Let's just use 20. So out of the top 20 games in terms of first party, Nintendo has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of the top 20. So yeah, they got a lot for sure. Got a lot for sure. Big love though. Thank you so much, God King. Appreciate that $5 dono. Yo, Muhammad, thank you for the subscription. Appreciate that. Hey, what's up, Killer Ninja? Welcome to the stream. Under 300 pounds. Hey, let's get it. Spawncast won't be live. No, I'll be live this week. It'll be live this week and next week. You got the inside info release date. I have no inside info or release date. No inside info. Well, I got some info, but I ain't gonna release it now. I got some info, but I ain't releasing it now. Hey, what's up, Fladius, over there on Twitch? Appreciate you, brother. Switch 2 being bigger isn't really to my liking. I'm actually down for a 3DS size Switch, something actually pocketable. Call it Switch Micro. Yeah, they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna make a Switch that small, because of the internals for like the chips and like the memory and like the battery and all that type of stuff. In order to get the type of graphics that you need, you can't make some type of pocket micro little micro little system that fits like for like a little boy's pocket. Like if you want to get the type of like power and graphics that you're looking for, you can't just make something that tiny as like a 3DS. Like it's not feasible with today's tech. I mean, maybe one of these days you can, or maybe you can spend a lot more money to down shrink things. But in terms of what the technology is right now, it'd be very difficult to make something that's as powerful as the Switch 2 is rumored to be, and then make it that small. That's going to be a difficult task. That's going to be a difficult task. They totally could with Switch 1. Yeah, Switch 1 is nowhere near as powerful as Switch 2. Switch 2 is going to be a lot bigger. And if you look at it, remember, Switch 1, the Switch Lite, the battery is worse than the Switch V2 and the Switch OLED. It actually lasts less overall. So they did have to down shrink that battery, which makes less time than like the V2 battery. Better than the Switch 1, like the original Switch. But yeah, I don't think it's really possible to make a Switch as small as a 3DS. Like a Switch 2, I don't think it's possible to make it as small as that. And if they did, it'd probably be way more expensive than what they could price it at, or just wouldn't be as strong. So yeah. Let's see here. I'm gonna switch lighter and creep it up to my OLED again. Switch Lite's nice, but at the end of the day, it's still like, it's okay. It's not bad. I'm on the assumption that Switch 2 will be OLED. No, right now it's looking like it's going to be like the LCD, but we'll see though. We'll see what happens. But right now, all the information that's come out says it's going to be LCD, at least the first one, to cut down on cost. Needs big cooling, otherwise you'd have a boiler in your hands. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, the thing about it is, like, the more powerful graphics you absolutely need to have a little bit more headroom and space in there, especially for like fans and things like that. Switch 1 is not going to be as powerful as Switch 2, so you can't say, well, Switch 1 had a smaller one. Well, yeah, because Switch 1's nowhere near as powerful. Now we're going to more powerful. Now we're going to, like I said, more of a system, so you can't make it that small. Now, will they make a revision? Maybe that one's smaller? Absolutely, they could, once the technology advances a bit more. But as of right now, it'd be very difficult, in my opinion, to get something that's as powerful as a Steam Deck or more and have it be the size of a 3DS, which is like this big, like pocket size, like a 3DS. Like, I don't think that's feasible right now. I mean, in the future, absolutely, but not right now. So yeah, a lady with the Switch 2 never saw anyone holding it in the leak. She made a 3D printed one. She didn't actually have a Switch 2, Dawson. It was just a 3D print of us. Like remember what Etika did? Like the 3D print of like the Joy-Cons? He just did that, or she just did that. But she basically just talked about it and explained the leaks in a video, So Steam Deck, my Steam Deck gets really hot. So it depends on what game you're playing. But if you're playing like a big game, the Steam Deck gets hot, man. So it's like you can hear that baby. A bit. It's not bad. For what it packs in there, it's pretty good, but yeah. So yeah. Once a smaller screen, they'll ruin their vision. People just want it to be where they can just put it in their pocket, and take it. But I mean, like for me, like I always like if I take it somewhere, you know, I always have like a little like backpack, or I just have like a little carrying case. But I mean, I can get why some people just want to put it in their pocket. I get that too, you know. But I mean, I don't like carrying bulky systems in my pocket. I'm not a fan of like and I've never been a fan of like putting a system in my pocket and just having it there. I've always been if I have like my system, it's gonna be like in a separate like, you know, like one of those like little like backpacks that you can carry over like one strap over the shoulder. It's gonna be like in something else. It's never gonna be in my pocket. And I've just never been a fan. Like I've never been a fan of just like putting a system in my pocket. I don't like that. I don't like having systems in my pocket. Only thing I like having in my pocket is my wallet, my keys, and I don't even like having my phone in my pocket. But I gotta have the phone in the pocket. But I don't even like having that in my pocket. So I've never been a big fan of like shoving a bunch of crap in my pocket, you know? But that's just me. No, a fanny pack does not go over your shoulder. No, Andrew. A fanny pack does not go over your shoulder. It goes around your waist. Let's see here. Save your money now and don't spend on unnecessary stuff for Switch 1 or subscription. You can get ready for Switch 2. Depends on what you want. Like some people might not buy it at launch. Some people might, you know, might want to. But yeah, I mean, if you want to wait, you can wait. If you want to get it, you can get it. It's up to you. Even like with the back in the day with my Game Boy Color, I mean, I would just like put it in a bag. I would just put it in a bag. Yeah, I mean, my phone is obviously much smaller than a Switch, but like it's pretty thin, so it's not too bad. But I don't even like if I have if I'm wearing like a suit jacket, like today I was wearing like a suit when I was at church, and like, you know, I put my phone in there, and that was nice putting it and not having it in my pocket, you know. So I've never been a big fan of shoving systems in my pocket, but that's just me. Sling backpack type of guy. I have like a Persona backpack that I usually have, but to be honest, like I don't really wear backpacks a lot or anything, only when I'm traveling. Usually if I'm just going somewhere, like I'll just put my Switch in like one of the like a case. Like I have a case for my Switch, so I'll just put it in there and carry it by the handle and then just like do that. So I don't really wear backpacks and all that. So Switch 2 won't go on sale. Those who want to buy later, expectation will be disappointed. I mean, there's been sometimes discounts like on Switch 1, but it just depends, right? We'll see. Yeah, I'm not talking religion on stream just because people just start getting kind of crazy. So, I mean, I'll tell you guys that I went to church. There you go. That's as far as I'll go. But yeah, I don't feel like talking about, you know, religion on stream just because people, like I said, people get crazy and like disrespectful and stuff. So, but if you want to DM me, Jay Barone, I have no problem. If you want to DM me on Twitter or you want to talk about it there, I'll talk to you about it there. I have no problem with that, but just not here. Shout out to Sicilian Gamer with the $2. Thank you for the 2 says, can we see the Persona backpack? I don't think it's inside this room. So yeah, I don't have it with me, but I'll remember and then is it? Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, it's not here. It's not inside this room with me. It's probably in the other room. But I'll bring it. Like I'll remember and I'll put it inside here so then next time I can bring it. So sorry about that. Or you can email me, either one. If you don't have Twitter to DM me or if you're having problems, you can email me. And if you want to talk about it, that's fine. PS5 Pro, how about them Astrobot sales going? I bought 3 copies, did my part. Well, we don't have any updates for Astrobot right now. You know, we don't have any updates for Astrobot. I don't think Sony's going to give any. I mean, Sony only gives sales numbers when things are going really, really well. Like recently, like only like when a game sells like 10 million or like when a big game, I think like they gave one like Horizon that sold like 8 million or something. So they don't really give us smaller numbers, but they might make an exception for this game, but we'll see. Hit that like button though, guys. If you have not hit that like button, hit that like button. Let them know that we streaming. We out here tonight. Let's go. Hey, what's up, Mr. Davis? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Astro doing 3 to 5 million at least. I mean, that would be incredible for Astrobot if it was able to hit 3 to 5 million. That'd be very, very, very good. Be very good. Yeah, they're not going to port Astrobot to Switch 2. They're definitely not going to. I mean, but it would sell good on there, but obviously they're not going to. Sony should put Astrobot sales just to overshadow. Sony should put out Astrobot sales to overshadow Concord. I still don't think Astrobot sales would overshadow the flop that happened with Concord, you know. But yeah, we'll see. Yo, Brandon F with the 12 months, then 7th Hokage with the gifted membership. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate that. 7th Hokage and Brandon, thank you for the 12 months, earning your Renangon badge. Let's go. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate the big love, dude. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's go. Leg out. Leg get it. Thank you for the support, Mr. 7th Hokage. You are now the top gift ninja with the 1 gifted. Anybody does 1 or more gifts, you can tie up or pass up Mr. 7th Hokage, the successor. Let's go, man. Appreciate you, 7th Hokage. Appreciate you, brother. Let's go. Big love to the Renangon ninjas out here, showing how to get it done. Listen, I don't know if it was actually 400 million. Colin Moriarty says that a developer told him 400 million. People are starting to bring up how it can't be that, so that's why I put question mark. And even on my tweet, I put if true. I edited it and said if true. But I mean, even if it wasn't 400 million, the fact that like they probably spent over 100 million, and even that right there is $100 million too much. But like it's a massive flop. Any way you cut it, it's a massive flop, man. Like it's just a huge flop. So. Do you take your time when wearing the Persona 5 backpack? Yes, absolutely. Big love to It's Your Boy 14 with the $10. Let's go. And he says, which game y'all think will launch with Switch 2? Oh, big 3D Mario. Big 3. I'm playing Mario Odyssey right now. It's Your Boy, and it's freaking incredible how awesome that game. Like, it's even better than when I played it back in 2017, and that's wild considering all the games that we've had since then. There's nothing else like Odyssey on like in the current market right now. It's ridiculous how crazy good that game is, like how much polish and how much like content and like the movement options. It's nuts. So they're gonna make a big brand new Mario game that's gonna be like crazy impressive. So that's what I'm thinking that they're gonna go with for the launch title. George FT with the 14 months too. Shout outs to George FT. Thank you guys for your support. Combo breakers. Let's get it. Big love. Mario Galaxy or Mario's Galaxy Odyssey into Sunshine Land. Something like that. What can they do more with Mario? They can always do more with Mario. It's about the level design. That's what makes Mario great, is that the level design is what really makes it shine. So you got to give them time to think of creative and awesome different types of levels and different types of moves, right? Like they think of Cappy, and then Cappy brings all these possibilities after Cappy. So whatever gimmick they have, it's going to help go in line with like what you do in the game, right? Cappy's a big help when it comes to getting certain moons and all that. Obviously Sunshine has Flood. Mario Galaxy has, you know, the Galaxy slash, gravity stuff that you could do that affects the platforming and gameplay, right? So there's always a core central gimmick, and then they go from there, tuning the levels around that. So I believe what you're saying too, OJ, they made the launch titles with quality. Yeah, launch titles are going to be okay. 7 Guards Nintendo scumbags, for real, scumbag Nintendo. I agree. Monado Mario says, sup, OJ, sup, man, welcome. I think Concord cost over 600 million. 600 million? Nobody said that it costs over 600 million. That's too much. I think he meant Astrobot. Seems really great, but the level design seems pretty average. The level design is... I mean, it's not like... If you want to compare it to like the scale of like Galaxy or Odyssey, it's not as good as that. But if you want to take it down a notch, I think that it's okay. Like, there's some really creative stuff in there at times. But it just kind of seems like, once again, it's a game that is... Like, they looked at, like, Galaxy, they looked at some of the, like, you know, Crash Bandicoot. They probably looked at some of the best platforms and, like, took things here and there. And then they gimmicked it to death. And I don't mean that as in a bad thing. Like, the gimmick is the controller. like the dual sense. Like without that dual sense and all that, people probably wouldn't love the game as much, but it's because it gives you all sorts of crazy feedback, and then they tap into the whole nostalgia. I think that's what elevates the game a bit more, you know? But yeah, if you want to talk about it from like in its raw, purest form of a platformer, if you want to talk about like the upper echelon, so we're comparing like, you know, Michael Jordan and Bill Russell and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Kobe Bryant and LeBron James, like we're gonna nitpick, right? Like not all those players are like legit goated, could destroy us and everything, right? Just like these games are all goated, they're all great, but like if you want to nitpick, yeah, it's kind of basic compared to some of the greatest, right? Compared to like some of the goats of the platforming genre, it's kind of basic. But overall, all the different things that it does combined into one package, it's pretty fun. It's good, you know. But like I said, like if we're gonna put it in the big boy top of the top, you know, yeah, you can nitpick a bit, and yeah, I don't think the level design is as good as Galaxy 1 or 2. I don't think it's as good as Odyssey, but I do think that it can maybe hang with like 3D World in some respects. Like there's some things that I think 3D World does a lot better. There's some things that I think Astrobot does maybe a bit better, in terms of like flow and pacing, especially for Astrobot. But yeah, they're both really good games though. They're all really awesome. Look at how Wonder turned out. They had plenty of time to cook and absolutely knocked it out of the park. Yeah, absolutely. Mario does a Sonic Generations type game. Would that be a good idea? Mario does a Sonic Generations type game. What, a remaster? Like a remake or remaster? I think it'll be Mario Kart. Switch did not have a dedicated Mario Kart game. I think Mario Kart's coming, but I think they're going to do both. Like, I think they're going to go with 3D Mario first, and then they're going to come with Mario Kart, like, shortly after that. Very similar to how they did with, like, Switch. They did Mario Kart first with that one, but they had Big Zelda already. So I think they're going to go with 3D Mario first, and then they're going to come in with Mario Kart a little bit later. But we'll see. Forget about the Chadley stuff. Just play FF7 Rebirth for fun. It's honestly really something. The design of the game is just off for me. Like I think it's good, but just the way that they design the game design just in general is just not for me. But I might get back to it. I might. But right now, Metaphor, dude. Metaphor eFantasio is the next major RPG that I'm going to be investing a lot of time into. I mean, Echoes of Wisdom, yeah. But Metaphor is the RPG that I have my sights set on. Like, I can't play no other big RPGs until I get Metaphor. So, also definitely not surprised most Japanese gamers on Nintendo's side, the Palworld devs, were acting rude and play victim on Twitter, it seems. Yeah, I wanted to make a video on that too. I have so many videos to make, but yeah, the interesting thing with the Palworld versus, like, it's what Western-speaking gamers are saying and what Japanese gamers are saying. It is a night and day difference. I thought about making a video on it, but once again, I need to do it, like, it needs to be well edited and not rushed if I'm gonna do that, because once again, I don't want to add my own personal stuff, because I'm not a lawyer and I've already said a lot of stupid things regarding this case. So yeah, I'm gonna just refrain from, like, saying dumb stuff, because I sounded completely moronic in my first stream about the lawsuit. I sounded like a complete idiot and I did not know what I'm talking about, so I'll take the L there. But just going off of what other people are saying, like, I don't mind talking about that. So yeah, it looks like, yeah, on the American side, like, if you look at the comment section on Twitter, I mean, obviously Twitter's not the be-all end-all, but there's a lot of people on there, and they're all negative, right? They're all, oh, man. Like, well, some of them are like, you know, like, oh, well, they're copying them. But a lot of them are like, oh, yeah, Nintendo, they can't do this, blah, 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 blah. But on the Japanese side, it is nuts how many people are like, you guys, like, calling out the Palworld devs for, like, oh, you know, you guys sold all these copies. You guys have big deals with Sony. You have a big deal with Microsoft. You sold all this. Now you want to say, oh, we're small. Help, help. Like, so a lot of the Japanese people were mocking them for acting like little sissies, you know? When I think that a lot of the Japanese gamers clearly feel that they copied them, like, way too much. But it's just interesting to see the dynamic. I'm not saying one side or another side is right or wrong. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. But it's just interesting to see the dynamic between what Japanese people are saying and gamers, and even some of the indie devs in Japan, compared to what people are saying here. Interesting for sure. So I love Nintendo, but they gotta lose this patenting the game mechanic. Yeah, I'm not a fan of patenting, like, game mechanics, but, like, there's a lot of game mechanics that are patented out there. Like, Bandai Namco has, like, a game, like a loading mini game screens and stuff like that. I think Warner Bros. WB, they have like the Nemesis system. That is a game mechanic, right? That's patented as well. So there are a lot of game patents out there, but that doesn't mean it's like right or it's good or it's whatever. But yeah, if you're gonna use, here's what I would say: if you're gonna use like Pokeballs and you're gonna make designs that are similar and all of that, I mean, like what you gotta do is like you can't, if you're not gonna put it on that system, you know, you're gonna put it on and make deals like with competitors. If I were you, if it was me, if I was the Palworld devs, I wouldn't have made any of the pals similar to Pokemon. Don't give them any reason to even enact those patents, right? Like Nintendo does not, I don't think, I mean, they care about public perception, but like when it's like this much, and yeah, maybe they feel a bit threatened. If it was me personally, I wouldn't use anything that looks like Luxray, right? Like that's too close looking. Just make something different. Make a different type of wolf. Like, don't even try it. And don't use balls. Use, like, spheres. Use, like, octagons. Use, like, triangles. Use, like, cards. Use something else. Differentiate yourself enough to where it's not, like, where you can't fall into that trap. Because Nintendo is very, you know, they'll sue people. They'll sue. So if I was Palworld, I wouldn't have flown that close to the sun, especially if you're not gonna put your game on that system. Because like I think like the Palworld CEO doesn't like the Switch, which is fine. I mean, it's not powerful enough to run his game or what he's trying to do. That's completely fine because the Xbox Series X version runs at 30 frames and it doesn't look that great compared to the PC version. So I completely get that. But if I was them, I would have definitely not copied so much. I would have toned it down a bit, you know, change it up. Don't do balls, do something else, you know, do some other type of capturing mechanism, do nets or do something else, you know, and don't make them look so similar. Like it's too close on a lot of them. Don't make them look so similar. Change it up a bit more. And if they did that, I think even if they sold really well, there really wasn't anything that they could do because like, you know, they patented like what, like a ball being thrown at to capture a monster. Yeah, well, Palworld, they're throwing a ball, capturing a monster. It's the same exact thing. It's like, oh, you should have changed it up. You should have made it to where it's like, I don't know, like a little like computer program and like you like beam it and like it hits you like with a little beam and then like it zaps in like Ghostbusters or something like that, right? Do something a little bit different to where you can protect yourself against that type of litigation, especially if you have no plans on putting it out on the, and you're making deals with Microsoft and Sony, right? And you have no plans on putting it on Nintendo platforms. So that's what I would have done if I was them. Not saying that it's right. I don't like it. Like I said this a million times, I don't think Nintendo should be suing. But yeah, now they got themselves in a little bit of trouble if the judge recognizes that patent. And this is Japanese court, if I'm not correct, right? This is definitely Japanese lawsuit, or I don't know if it's going to be here in the U.S. as well too. But in Japan, yeah, they protect the copyright a bit more. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting for sure. So yeah. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, Power. I mean, here's the thing though. At first, I thought that if Nintendo, like, if Palworld didn't do crazy good, I don't know if Nintendo would have even like done anything. But they might have still done it, even if it wasn't as big of a success. Because like there was like another Pokemon game ripoff, but the other one that they actually won, which took like 3 years, that one was actually like a real ripoff. Like I don't see Palworld as like a super ripoff. I just see it as like, yeah, I mean clearly they're using Pokemon, right, for inspiration. They're using Pokemon like for designs. They're using Pokemon for like a lot of stuff. Like it's not a small amount, it's a lot of stuff, you know. And even like how you capture them and like, you know, just like how they're in like your like the number of like team size. It's just like a number of things, right? But yeah, I don't think they should though. Like I don't if I was Nintendo, I wouldn't sue them. I would just leave it, you know. I would just leave it. But that's just me. No, they didn't sue the Temtem game. No, they didn't. They haven't sued any other actual legitimate monster collecting game. You know, but once again, Temtem's on Switch, so yeah. Just copying was part of their marketing though, and it worked. I think once again, yeah, I think that it could have worked without them copying so much to the T. Like, I think Palworld would have been a success even if they didn't have a bunch of pals that looked like Pokemon, even if it wasn't spheres or balls. It was it was some, I think it would have been the same. Like if they would have made it to where like you use like a computer program and like you beam them like Ghostbusters and maybe you play like a little mini game where you have to like reel them in or something, I think the game would have been just as popular regardless. Like I don't think it needed to be spheres, and it needed to be like, they needed to have a Luxray, they needed to have like a Score Bunny, like a different, like they needed to have a Lucario. Like I don't think they needed to do all that. I think the game would have been an incredible, you know, it would have been a great game, or it would have sold really well regardless of them copying them a lot or not, because it's the concept. The concept is cool. It's like mature rated, you know, monster battling game, which there really aren't any mature rated monster battling games at all. So yeah, I think they would have had success regardless. Ashoka Tano with the $10 says, I support Nintendo due to the Palworld copying, total shady, especially since Sony has shares in that company. Personally, more of a Yokai Watch fan, and I did play Palworld, and they did copy Pokemon. I mean, yeah, everybody has their opinion, you know. There's nothing wrong with copying, though. I will say that, like, there's nothing wrong with copying. Like, Nintendo's copied, other companies have copied, you know, everybody kind of copies, but I think they just kind of flew a little bit too close to the sun on the copying stuff. Like, if they would have just changed up a few things here and there, they would have gotten away with it. But I think they just, and like I said, it sold really well. Like, they copied a lot of stuff. So I think that while Nintendo didn't get them, apparently, once again, you know, I don't want to talk about it too much. I just kind of want to get you guys' opinions. But apparently it's like patent, right? So it's like mechanics. But I think once Nintendo saw like the Luxray and saw the Score Bunny and saw the Lucario, it had them look, okay, y'all gonna copy us that much? Oh, Pokeballs, Spheres? Oh, you're gonna copy us that much? Now we're gonna enact our patents, right? So it's like, I think if none of that was like a thing, they might have just said, oh, okay, well, there's this, and this. But since they're doing so many things, you know, and saying, you know, making deals with Microsoft, making deals with Sony, I think they felt kind of like, all right, hold up here. Like, y'all ain't gonna use us to cloud up like that, right? So, I mean, but once again, I think that it's on Nintendo I personally feel like it's not enough to sue. I don't think they should be. I'm not a fan of the patented of game mechanics and all that. You know, but then again, I look at it, it's like, okay, well, what if an indie developer, like something like Among Us, right? And like, what if somebody else made a completely thing like where you're doing tasks, like a big company came and said you're doing tasks, or another company came and says, oh, now you can shoot and kill them. I don't know if they have those mechanics patented, but then people would look at that and be like, well, wait a minute, hold up, y'all doing the same thing Among Us did, you know? So like, I get why it's there, but like I said, I'm just not as big of a fan of it, you know? That's just me. Thank you for the $10 though, Ashoka Tano. Appreciate that. Uncario with the 1600 yen. Thank you so much, Uncario. Like Nexomon? Yeah, like Nexomon. Player says the reason Japanese gamers are upset because the lack of respect towards their clear copying of Pokemon. If they were respectful towards inspiration, people would not be upset here. Yeah, what I read from Google Translate, Uncario, and I know you're in Japan, so you kind of have a little bit more of like a, I guess like a grassroots beat on how they feel. But yeah, Japanese gamers are really big on respect, right? Respect is definitely something that's kind of taken more in Japan than it is here. Here in the West, people don't respect a damn thing, dude. Like, people do not respect, like, gamers do not respect anything here. At least online they don't. Maybe IRL they will a bit more, but online gamers don't respect nothing, right? Regardless of what a company X, Y, or Z done. So I think there's also that baseline level, and the fact that the Palworld devs were like, oh, well, we're just a little guy, while you're signing big money, multi-million dollar deals with Microsoft and Sony, and you're raking in millions in sales, and you're talking about we're the little guy, and like, I think that's where what you're saying, right? The Japanese gamers are like, wait a minute, hold up, they didn't want to see all that, you know, because they know like what a little guy is, and Palworld is not a little guy. Are they an independent developer? Absolutely. But do they have big money bags coming in? They do. They made hundreds of millions of dollars, guys. Let's just keep it a buck. They sold 20 million, right, or whatever it was, at $30 a pop. They've got the deal. They have the Game Pass deal with Microsoft. They got the deal with Sony. They were raking in tons of cash, okay? Raking in tons of cash, and now they want to play we're the little guy. And like I said, that's the impression that Japanese gamers are like saying that you're not seeing here with Western gamers. Western gamers are not saying that. Japanese gamers are saying, "Oh, cry me a river," you know, give me a Justin Timberlake over here, cry me a river. Like, I don't want to hear that BS. Just like admit that you copied them in the inspiration. Stop acting like you didn't, because you did, and let's keep it moving. You know, let's keep it pushing. So I think that's where the difference is right here. You know, between the Japanese gamers and the Western gamers. You know, overall. So yeah, Monday. I don't know if there's gonna be any big reveal Monday. Let alone respect for a freaking video game company like Nintendo. These Western YouTubers never respect. I mean, you don't have to respect a corp. A corp is a corp, you know, and you don't have to respect them. You don't have to, respect what they've done or what they do. But you also have to remember that Japan, when it comes to Japan, Japan's a small island, right? Multiple little islands kind of all put together. And Nintendo's a big part of their history, and that respect is there. Nintendo to us is a foreign company, or to here in the West, it's a foreign company. So they're not going to respect anything. They have no attachment to that. Americans have no attachment to that overall. Japan, it's a bit different how you're brought up, raised. That economy that Nintendo brings to Japan is vital to the success of the country, of the nation, right? So it's a bit different. If Nintendo failed here, nothing's gonna go out of, like, nothing's gonna happen. Like, we're still gonna all live our life and everything's gonna be fine. I mean, that would be the same for Japan too, but that would be a huge chunk of their economy and jobs and everything taken out. For here, just be a blip in the radar, right? We got Nintendo of America, we got a few stores that are up, and that's that, right? So it's a little bit different in terms of just like the mindset of a Japanese gamer, that even if you don't like Nintendo, which I did see some people say, I don't even like Nintendo, but you guys are being disrespectful, right? You know, so I think it's just like, it's like respect your elders type of thing, right? It's like if you live in like certain societies, like let's say, you know, I'm traditional Nigerian family, that's like, your elders are your elders, the people that are there that have set the foundation, you respect them, you don't talk to them. Whereas here in America, it's not necessarily like that. Like, people, the atmosphere here with a lot of kids, it's not really like respect your elders type of thing. Like, a lot of kids don't get that here. It's kind of like stick up for yourself if you have to here, you know, which is a completely different vibe. And I think that's kind of the traditional respect for the people that work at a place, whereas here in America, it's like, oh, it's a corp, it's a faceless corp, you know, whatever. Or in Western speaking countries too. And some of them might even have that own attitude with their own companies that were born and raised in America. You know, people have that same attitude. So it's just a little bit of a different vibe from what I've gathered, you know. Yo, Carlos Pushing P. Thank you for the $10. Yeah, I'm gonna be getting off soon, but since I'm not gonna be on the Spawncast tonight, I'll go to about 6. But yeah, I'm gonna have company over in like 30 minutes, so I gotta get ready for that. But thank you for the $10, Carlos Pushing P. Hey, let's go. Appreciate that, guys. Let's get it. Thank you so much for the support. Let go. Shout outs. Japan keeping it real while Americans acting like pocket pairs entitled to whatever they want. I mean, I don't know if it's that far. I mean, there's some good arguments on both sides, you know. But I see where that attitude can come from for sure. Or I can see why you're saying that for sure, J2. Japan. Oh, sorry, my man. Juice Man Vaughn. Shout out to Juice Man Vaughn. What's up, Juice Man Vaughn? Welcome. You have a lot of Japanese friends. Are they actually from Japan, or are they just Japanese here, like in the Western territory, Hedgehog? To be fair, a lot of culture in America varies by region. Midwest is still pretty conservative about their values. I agree. But still, if you look at it, Huddy, I'm going to sit there and say that there's still a lot of people that will say that and think that, but they don't necessarily enact that, if you know what I'm talking about, right? They'll sit there and say, oh, be respectful. Oh, you know, we don't want anybody, no records, no, nothing on your record, no felonies, no this and that. But then also at the same time, they're okay with X, Y, and Z. You see what I'm saying? So there's a lot of, I would say there's a lot of like hypocritical BS with some of that. Not all of it. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to sit there and paint a picture about everybody, but there's a lot of people here in the US that say, oh, it's about values, it's about this, but then they have no problem doing certain things that definitely go against those values that they hold, you know? Which nobody's perfect, but it's pretty blatant. But I do see what you're saying for sure, 100%, Huddy. Shout outs to my man Carlos Pusha P. Let's get it. I'll tell you, OJ, maybe that's an American thing, but even though I was born here, my parents are from Jamaica. We talk about respect. I mean, that's Jamaica, though. You see what I'm saying? Like, Jamaica, I'm not familiar with the Jamaican culture overall, and I'm not going to sit here and say Americans don't teach their kids that. Americans absolutely do teach their kids that, like Huddy was saying. It is not a universal thing, so I don't want to sit here and paint all Americans as douchebags that raise their kids to not be respectful to elders or to anything, but there's definitely from what I've seen, there's definitely a distrust, or like it's like corpse or people that are, whatever the case is, like they're not people working there, they're just a faceless whatever, and like they don't deserve any type of respect or to hear out what they're saying. Like, it's this, they're wrong, blah blah blah. Whereas in Japan, it's like, well, I'm gonna look at it like this, these people did this, these people did this. There's not any type of inherent type of thing one way or another. They're just going off of like legit what they see. You see what I'm saying? Like, oh, wait a minute, y'all did copy them. Wait a minute, you guys are making a ton of money. Why are you guys acting like you're some type of little company? You got big deals. Like, nobody on the Western side said anything about that. So that's definitely more of how you were raised, right? Like, if you're not even willing to sit there, and you're just willing to sit there and just take what somebody says because of whatever notion that you have or whatever about X, Y, and Z thing, that's absolutely how you were raised. Like, that's a you were raised differently type of thing. I wasn't raised that type of way. I wasn't raised to just be like, oh, go after, I was raised like, okay, let me look at the situation. Let me see what's going on. And then maybe I can give an opinion here or there. I can give my thoughts. But some people here are not raised that way because it's a corp, right? Or they don't care about the people that work there. So I get that, I get that. But obviously the Japanese gamers are not feeling that same type of way. Whereas a lot of people here in the West are like, no, this is what's right. This is what's wrong. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care about anything, whatever. They're wrong, and they'll just go off. Like, we've already seen it from many content creators or whatever. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. If they want to act that way, everybody's their own person, So yeah. Says, nah, you're 100% correct about the hypocrisy. I mean, like I said, it's not everybody though, Huddy. It's not everybody. So I don't want to, like, you're right about some of that Midwestern stuff. I've been in the Midwest, so I know all about that. I've been there. So I've seen it firsthand. I've seen it firsthand. So I see what you're saying for sure. It's like, it's not like what I'm saying is the be all end all. And
I kind of disagree. I think Nintendo has the upper hand and Pocket Pair on this.
Okay.
And most arguments from these YTBERS are either bad or just whataboutism.
Okay.
Heck, I say if let's say Pocket Pair is a Chinese dev, I doubt this game will get much support lol.
I mean, I don't know. Black Myth Wukong's getting a lot of support from people. But I think that if it was a Chinese dev, there would absolutely be a little bit of a different tone towards it, right? Because China communism, right? And people in America, oh no, like, oh, you can't have that. So it's like, yeah, absolutely. It would be a little bit different. It would not be this type of the little guy, it would not be that. It'd be like, oh, China, and you know how people here in America feel about, it's like people here in America is like, oh, I hate China, or oh, try this. By the way, I'm going to order X, Y, and Z, and Z, blah, 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 from China, right? So yeah, it'd be a little bit different, but obviously Japan, democracy, right? So they treat it differently. The relationship between America and Japan is different than the relationship between China and America, and how people feel about that. So yeah, absolutely, that affected for sure. Absolutely, it'd be a little bit different. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for the for here. I want to say thank you guys so much for coming out. Big love to Minato Mario. Big love to Uncario. Thank you for the multiple donos, Uncario. Appreciate that. I know this is something that is close to you overall. Ashoka Tano. George FT, thank you so much for the 14 months. I don't think I said thank you for that. Thank you, George FT, for the 14 months. Felipe, shout outs, man. Shane, hey, what's good? Just got home. Yeah, you guys head over to the Spawncast. It's starting up pretty soon here, guys. It's your boy, Sicilian, Muhammad, God King, Simeon Coin, Tat, J2 Blue, Ashoka Tano, Sicilian, Yum Yum. Thank you guys so much. Sean Hamilwright, Justin. Thank you guys so much for your support tonight. Mr. Vadsent, Nick93. Thank you guys for your support. Thank you guys for being awesome. Appreciate it. We going further beyond, and the combo breakers. And head over to the John's channel, Spawn Wave. Check out the Spawncast. And yeah, I'll see you guys probably on a bonus stream tomorrow at some point. We will be streaming. All right. So love y'all. And we'll see you guys for the next one. We'll talk more about all this stuff that we didn't get to talk about more in depth. We'll talk about it tomorrow as well. So yeah, should be good. All right, guys. Love y'all.